This is always ready, Matt Cardona, the internet champion and the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. But there's another podcast I want you to check out, and that is the Crash and Burn Podcast. Check it out every single episode. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, do all that fun stuff, and you never know. Maybe one day you'll see the Crash and Burn Podcast take on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast in the middle of the ring. And you know who's going to win? Me. Because you guys, you're not always ready. Crash and Burn!
What is up, guys? It is I, Lucas Dencio from Crash and Burn, and today we are doing the best and worst of the year. And let me get the criteria real quick. So, what we're doing like semi awards, like men's, women, tag team match, return debut of the year, best and worst moments of the year, and the best and worst pay-per-views of the year. Now I'm going to stream up this here. You guys know me already, so no need to introduce. First off, we got Mr. Standing Ovation here. We got basically guy all the time. Basically he's here all the time. But he's not hosting. So, Jason.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jason. You might know me from Crash and Burn. You might know me from the Mosh Chest. You might even know me from Cinematic Analysis. But today I have been demoted, sadly. No, I'm kidding. I demoted myself because this episode, which is going to become an annual thing, is an idea created by Lucas. So you know what? He has all authority for this episode. So you know what? The original hosts have been demoted only for this episode.
Yep. All right. So moving on to the next person, he is basically the chicken of 1CW, and he is basically one of my best friends I know from the podcast. Wyatt.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are going for a year in review of the year of 2021, which wasn't my best year, but it was maybe a good year or a bad year for everybody else. Also, another person I'd like to bring along with me is Cookie Monster.
Yes, Cookie Monster.
God damn it. But I do have a lot of rants. I do have a lot of praises, but I cannot wait to do this episode. I'm glad Lucas requested to do this, and also we are going to take Friday and Saturday off because we're going to get ready to wish you all a Merry Christmas because back at it. Also, let me get my Santa hat real quick.
Oh, yeah, I forgot my Santa hat. But anyways, last but not least, this man pretty much a pain in my ass every day. I'm kidding, but overall he's a great dude, and he is basically the guy who said the fucking every single catchphrase. Don't know why, but here's AJ Anselon.
He sleeps.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Crash and fucking Burn Wrestling Podcast.
Yes,
and yes, you will be hearing that for the last time this year, but we're going to be moving on to a new year.
We have another episode for this year, too.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Second to last.
Which I'll announce at the end of the
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Crash and fucking Burn Wrestling Podcast, and let's get this bit started.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get this bitch started, okay.
Lucas, is that wrong?
Yeah, we're ready to go. So, let's go start off with the Slammies. So, let's start off with actually return of the year. So, Jason.
Okay, so this is return of the year, so I'll keep this like a little bit short. Number one for me is AEW related. I'll make that CM Punk, without a doubt.
Ooh, yeah.
It's more like debut. Because
debut and
it's
return.
both.
I'll count that for both.
But all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Number two, John Cena.
Yes.
Number three, Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
Number four,
Can't name any more, then I can move on to that person.
I can't name any more, but as much as I hate this person, I was kind of shocked to see her back, Becky Lynch.
Okay. All right. Wyatt.
Okay, my top returns. Number 5. Number 6, the Hurricane in the Royal Rumble match.
Forgot
and Kane. Number 5, Christian.
Oh, that's another good one. Yes.
Number 3, Edge, when he was announced that he was entering the Royal Rumble.
Oh.
Number 3. I'm on number 3, right?
Yes. You're number 3.
God, I forgot. You know what? It was Okay. Number 2, John Cena at Money in the Bank. That was probably one of the best returns I've ever seen in my life.
Great.
Probably this year. Number 1, Brock Lesnar.
Of course.
I mean, it's not right. It's not wrong.
I'm gonna tell you, I was marking out in that theater. I almost got sent out of the theater when Brock came out. I legit lost my shit when Brock came out.
AJ.
For me, I actually have a bunch. But I can just say this. As a joke, Goldberg losing at the Royal Rumble, but that's a joke. But for real though,
Return.
This
All
is
right.
return.
This is for return. Top 5. Top 5. Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. That's number 5. Becky Lynch is returning at SummerSlam. Much as I hate her, yeah, she's getting number 4. John Cena at Money in the Bank. That's number 3. Edge returning on SmackDown, which was number 2. And then number 1, the man himself. And everyone has to put this man on the list as number 1. CM Punk, one of the best returns/debuts of the year. Holy shit. One of the best moments.
More like return to pro wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
basically. For me, this is going to surprise some of you. I have Christian. And the reason why I have Christian on here, because first of all, the man was injured for 7 years.
Yes.
And CM Punk was a bit spoiled by Darby Allin. So we kind of knew already that he was going to come. But Christian, we didn't expect him to see him. I didn't expect Christian to see him back in the ring. I thought he was retired. But my return of the year is Christian. All right. So moving on to tag team of the year. Jason.
Talking about tag teams, okay. So, for WWE, I'll say the Bloodline is number 1 for me. Because, I'm sorry, they've grown on me throughout 2021. The Elite, I enjoy their tag team work. They're good athletes. And this was before they split up. Before like some of the guys went to AEW. I'll say the Undisputed Era for me.
Oh, that's a nice one, actually.
Anyone else, Jason?
I'll keep it at 3.
All right. Wyatt.
Okay. My tag teams of the year. All right. No, I think there's going to be 4 of them this time. Number 1, RK Bro.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. I thought of that.
Number 2, the Usos.
Oh.
All right. Another tag team. Number 3, AJ Styles and Omos.
Okay.
And number 4,
Interesting.
Chad Gable and Bobby Hill.
Yes.
You know what? That's now officially number 1 on my list.
Bobby Hill.
All right. Moving on to action.
That's actually a joke. They're on my list. They're honorable mention. Honorable mention.
All right. You done, Wyatt?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. AJ.
All right. So my tag teams of the year are actually, I actually have my top 8. Actually, the Usos, the New Day, the Young Bucks, the Lucha Brothers, the Dark Order, the Hurt Business, and RK Bro. Because the Hurt Business, they were on the roll on the beginning of the year, and then they fucking break up at like
that really doesn't
before
count.
WrestleMania. They broke up at WrestleMania, worst move in WWE's history, but they brought him back a few months later.
And
they
now,
didn't do shit with them. Come on,
now
WWE. What the hell are you thinking?
and now they're sucking dick now. Anyways,
Fuck you.
my tag team of the year goes to 3 people. Actually, no, 2 people, because Usos didn't do too much this year because they're basically Roman's bitches. I'm just being honest. So my 2 tag teams of the year go to one AEW and one WWE. One for WWE's RK Bro, and they really turned up this year. They're pretty much the carriers of Raw, and they have killed it this year. And the second one is Lucha Bros. And the Lucha Bros is pretty much on number 1 is because the way that they produce tag team this year. For example, with the Young Bucks in the Steel Cage match, with FTR. And, like all that, like honestly, they're one of the best tag teams. I've really seen it going forward in 2022.
Agreed.
All right, so debut of the year. How much you go with Wyatt?
All right, debut of the year. I haven't seen much good debuts this year, except you did see. You did see a lot of debuts in AEW this year. I think CM Punk was probably the best one out of all of them. I think, let's see, I wasn't big on Damian Priest's debut. The Bad Bunny was pretty much carrying his debut.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And, I never had a big debut, so I might have to wait.
All right. Jason.
Actually,
Okay.
You know what? I do have a debut of the year.
Yeah, I do, but I'm going to Jason, and then I'm going to me.
I actually remember mine. It may not be a debut, but to me, I think it's more of a debut because it's a name change. Queen Zelina.
Yes, I actually agree with that too.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, most of these are going to be from AEW. Number 1, CM Punk's AEW debut. Number 2, Adam Cole's AEW debut. Bryan Danielson, Kyle O'Reilly, since that was recent. Damian Priest. I kind of like that debut. And
Anyone else?
I think that's pretty much it for me.
All right, for me, goes to 3 people. The all-out debuts go to Cohen and Bryan Danielson because they so far gone pretty well. And my number 1 is Damian Priest. Here's the reason why I have Damian Priest number 1. It's because how well he has aged. Now with the U.S. champion, now with his new gimmicks, and it's working pretty well. Maybe people don't agree with it, but I think it's working out pretty well for him. And I really think it's got a big future. Probably my breakout star of 2022.
Oh, I think I just remembered some more for me. I'll say Bobby Fish. I thought he had a pretty good debut. And this was before they got released. I kind of enjoyed their first little promo, Hit Row.
Hit row.
I didn't put him on it. I wanted to, but I couldn't because how. Yeah, I couldn't. AJ.
Okay. Obviously, I did not put Hit Row on the list. They had their one match and got released, which was bullshit. I obviously did not put Karrion Kross in this list because, yeah, that was a fluke. But my debuts of the year is mostly like AEW, but I would say Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, and Ruby Soho debuting on AEW All Out. CM Punk debuting at AEW Rampage. Bobby Fish debuting at AEW Dynamite against Sammy Guevara for the TNT title, which was the best debut. Kyle O'Reilly coming out just yesterday as of this recording on AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash. And then Von Wagner debuting at NXT 2.0, which was a good debut. Omos debuting, making his in-ring debut at WWE WrestleMania 37. And also Damian Priest making his debut on the Royal Rumble match. That's like the best way to debut someone, like maybe in the Royal Rumble. I can also see, I don't know if this counts as a debut, but I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley debuting at the Royal Rumble. I feel like that's a good debut too.
Yeah, she had a good one.
With the Bianca at the Rumble, so I understand that one. So,
but
honestly,
I feel like she was in the Rumble match in the past, but this is like her first like official main roster, like full-time member main roster.
Yeah,
guys,
I understand.
guys,
what?
Hit Row Forever.
And if you didn't know,
now you know.
Hit Row.
Hit Row. And if you didn't know, now you know. All right.
Moving
Let's
on.
continue with the list here.
Moving on to Women's of the Year.
Women's of the Year.
Yes. All right. So I'm just gonna start this out too. I have two people that are stuck out this year for me: Bianca Belair and Dr. Britt Baker.
They had good.
And the reason I picked this is, first of all, Bianca had a great year. First of all, winning the Royal Rumble and winning her match against Sasha at WrestleMania. Great moment for her. And her this year has been very consistent. Like, she not been, like, absolutely buried, but it was, like, to keep her consistent for wins. And that's what you got to do. Like, if they lose out, you got to put them back up to the mountain. And that's what Bianca is doing. And for DMD, she's basically still on the mountain. And she's carrying the women's division on AEW. So, I don't know who's going to stop her. I really don't know who's going to stop her. So, those are my two right there. Get those out of the way, and I'm going to move on to AJ.
For me, I actually have 6. The women's wrestler of the year goes to Bianca Belair, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch,
Surprising.
Sasha Banks, and Hikaru Shida. And also Bayley. They had a good run.
Yeah, Bayley.
Even though...
That's surprising.
You know why? You know why? Okay, Bayley's injured right now. I understand that. But she had a good, like, first half.
AJ?
We can disagree here, but...
AJ, no.
No, but I can explain why, Sasha Banks, though. No matter what, you can hate on her. She could be overrated. But she's the fucking star in WWE. Besides fucking Becky Lynch and Charlotte. What happens if the 4 horse was... If the 4 horse...
AJ.
Wait, let me finish.
At your door?
Let me finish. Hold on. If the 4 horsewomen would be released today from WWE, they would have no stars. Besides Bianca and...
Yes, they would. Yes, they would. They would have had Mandy Rose. We would have Morgan. We would have Asuka. We would have Rhea Ripley. We would have...
Yeah, but I just got to say that. Bianca, Britt, Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, Bayley, and
cringe.
All right, anyways.
I'm sure everyone agree on that, but it's your list, so it's all good. But, Jason.
I'll have to say, for WWE, I'll say Bianca and Liv Morgan.
Oh, that's actually surprising.
Ooh, Liv is actually...
Because I like how those two have been getting some TV time, and I like how Liv Morgan getting a title shot.
Yeah,
and I thought Bianca had a good 2021. She had a SmackDown Women's Championship, despite the fact she got squashed, which I thought was stupid. But
Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute.
But other than that, I thought she had a good reign.
Yeah.
For AEW, the only one that kind of stood out to me was Britt Baker, but I thought all the other females in that locker room are pretty good athletes.
They're just not up there just yet.
They're not up there.
Yeah. Why?
I think I only got one, and that's Bianca Belair. I think I see her as the only woman I've seen have a successful year, in my opinion. I think Bianca Belair, in my opinion, has been the only woman I've seen that's had a successful year.
Yeah.
And I'll count Britt Baker too. I think those are the only two women who have had a successful year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Going to match of the year.
Ooh.
Well, this is gonna be a tough one. You can name whatever you can. But I bring out two, but I'm gonna go to Wyatt first.
I might have to go back because I have to think about that.
Okay, I'll go Jason then.
Okay.
So match of the year. I'm gonna start with WWE matches. It's just a tough one for me because you know what? For this, I'll include NXT.
Yeah.
I'll say before these two went to AEW, this was at Takeover 36. Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole.
Oh,
I think they had one hell of a match at Takeover 36 before Cole went to AEW, and like before NXT kind of became 2.0
And then Kyle O'Reilly left months later.
months later. And for the main roster side, I think ones that stood out to me was Roman Reigns and John Cena, and Edge and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I should do it.
AEW matches. For the AEW side, while the ending could have been a lot better, I'll say the exploding barbed wire death match at Revolution.
Ooh, nah.
Okay.
While I enjoyed the match,
Okay. I'm not gonna.
then Kenny and Hangman Page at Full Gear.
Oh, that match was good too. I'm actually start. I have three matches. The Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks in the steel cage match. That was my match of the year.
Hell yeah.
Walter and Ilya Dragunov at Takeover. One of the best Takeover matches this year, hands down. And Seth Rollins and Edge for the main roster. But the reason why I said that because it just have a good feud, and the way end up feud, you got to end up Hell in a Cell. Like Hell in a Cell should not be a consistent pay per view. You know, if you have a boring rivalry, it should be Hell in a Cell that should end it. So that's how I'll say that.
Mhm.
AJ.
For me, I want to say the best matches are Edge and Roman at Money in the Bank. That was a good match. Hangman versus Omega for the AEW Championship at Full Gear. CM Punk and Darby All Out. That was a good match.
Yeah.
Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly at NXT Takeover. What was it? 36?
36.
Okay. Yeah. And also Edge versus Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel. That was a great match. Those 5 matches right there, top tier matches of this year. And I cannot wait to
I'll
rant
have
about
to
the
agree with
worst.
that.
Wink.
Wyatt.
Okay, I'm between 4 here. The first one's gonna shock you all.
Oh.
Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh.
I think the right person
That's a good
won
one.
that match. I think the right person won that match because if Drew beat Lashley, if Drew claims the title, which was originally supposed to happen the year before, that would have been really stupid. I think the right person won that match. I think Drew deserved his moment, but it should have happened. That would have happened if COVID never existed. Another match I've got to include here. Edge versus Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. That was a 5-star match. I love how it ended when Edge and Rollins beat the crap out of each other before going out of the ring when Cena came out at the end. Another match I'm going to include. Edge versus Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a really good match.
All right. So now we get
And another match I'm going to include, the main event of SummerSlam, Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
Yeah.
Even though I picked John Cena, I still enjoyed that match. It really got me jumping up and down. Pretty much the match that pretty much got me in a hype mode, besides Seth and Edge.
Okay. Now to Men of the Year. So I'm actually to start this off with AJ.
Ooh, all right. My top 5 wrestlers of the year. Is it men's of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, number 5, CM Punk. Number 4, Drew McIntyre. Number 3, Bobby Lashley. Number 2, Kenny Omega. Number 1, Roman fucking Reigns. You have Roman as your tribal chief all year. The Universal Champion all fucking year. That was the greatest. Like, this is when Roman's on his prime. He's on his prime right now. And ever since he fought on the TV, I knew he was going to have a great year in 2021. And he did. He put out some bang-ass matches. Like, John Cena versus Roman at Money in the Bank. I mean, no, John Cena and Roman at SummerSlam. Edge versus Roman at Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan versus Edge versus Roman at WrestleMania. Like, those matches right there, badass, because he was there. And he made SmackDown relevant. And also kind of made Raw relevant when he appeared on that one segment, and then Raw started going down, and yeah. And every time when Roman's not here, the show sucks because there's no Roman in there. So
AJ, you are such a Roman Reigns simp right now.
You're AJ, not Riley, okay?
But I gotta be honest though, Roman's definitely one of the best wrestlers of the year, and Vince knew he had something, but none of us knew.
Are you gonna make this a novel?
Seriously, for real.
We don't.
Let me go here.
All right. I'll go Wyatt.
All right, here we go. Number 3, Edge. Because Edge has put a lot of great matches. Even though he didn't win the main event of WrestleMania, Edge worked his ass off to get to that match.
Mm-hmm.
Edge may have not
Edge
had the
too.
best
Damn
year,
it.
but he's damn put on some good matches this year.
Yeah.
Number 2, Roman Reigns.
Ooh. Whoa.
Okay.
Roman Reigns does deserve number 2 spot because this has been a damn good year for him. And of course, I know you all are such Roman simps. That's why Paul Heyman says, yes,
My tribal chief.
And number one, Bobby Lashley.
Oh yes.
Without a
Bobby
doubt.
Lashley deserved number 1 spot because Bobby Lashley made history as the first ever African American WWE champion. And also the fact that Bobby Lashley, this has probably been the year that Bobby Lashley has improved himself over any year he's been in WWE.
Yes.
Bobby Lashley, in my opinion, I think Bobby Lashley has better in-ring skill than Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, his return was
Bobby
good,
Lashley has improved so much this year that he deserves that spot. Look at this, 2013. No, you know why Daniel Bryan got Superstar of the Year? Because he made a huge improvement in himself over the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
All right. To mine, I got top 3. Number 3, Kenny Omega. Number 2, Roman. And number 1, Bobby Lashley. And the reason why I'm going to agree with Wyatt with Bobby Lashley, because the way he improved in 2020, the way he improved out of that Lana bullshit storyline, to him now just
ever since he got out of that,
like the main title picture, and like he just improved and put on good matches and everything like that. Hell, he had a great match with Goldberg of all things. That's rare enough to say. But he really honestly carried the year, and when he realized that, what the ladies didn't do enough for him, he turned into a beast. And I really think he deserves like Superstar of the Year the way how he did it. So yeah. All right, now we're gonna move on to best.
You forgot me.
Oh yeah, Jason. Sorry about that.
All right. I'm gonna start out with WWE. Edge, Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley. I'll have to agree with the Bobby Lashley stuff. This year was the year for him. He became WWE champion when he won an episode of Raw back in the Thunderdome. Ever since he's had one hell of a reign, Roman Reigns has been dominant.
Mm-hmm.
He's been having a dominant Universal Championship reign, and I can't wait to see what he does in 2022. And I'm actually curious who's going to be the one to dethrone him. Whatever that will be.
Yeah.
Edge, I'm glad he came out of retirement. Ever since then, he's put on great matches.
Yes.
And he's been dominant, and then he deserved the Royal Rumble win.
Yes.
I agree too.
For AEW, I'm going to say Darby Allin.
Ooh.
I'm going to say Hangman Page and Kenny Omega.
Oh, Darby's a surprise. I wonder why.
Well, yeah,
Kenny Omega.
Matches he put on with MJF, and
Yeah.
so
For Kenny Omega, here's why. And then you guys don't have to agree with me here, but I thought he had a good reign as AEW World Champion.
Agreed.
He had a good reign, even though most of us wanted the challengers to win.
Yes.
Who were challenging him, but I had no problem every time he retains, because I thought he's been dominant as world champion.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, even though he doesn't need Don Callis by his side.
Yeah.
I know he's annoying.
All right, now.
But I respect him though. And for Darby Allin, here's why. I like how he has Sting by his side, because Sting is like his mentor. And I thought he puts on good matches, especially the one with CM Punk at All Out, and MJF at Full Gear. I thought those were one hell of a matches. So I enjoyed those. Hangman Page, I thought he had one hell of a year. And I think the highlight for him was becoming the AEW World Champion, which he definitely deserved that after a long time coming.
Yes. Definitely.
All right, now. Moving on to best and worst moments of the year. So I'm going to start with the worst moments because we're going to go back to worst to best.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go to Wyatt first for worst.
For worst? All right. Number 7. Making the women's tag titles exist like shit. Retire them already.
Agree.
All right, number 6. The Elite being shoved up my ass. Jason's upset.
No, I'm not.
All right.
Sure was.
Okay. Number 5. WrestleMania becoming a 2-night event going forward.
What?
I think it's ridiculous because it doesn't make WrestleMania as enjoyable having it 2 different nights. I just think it just doesn't feel as enjoyable.
Would you rather have a 7-hour WrestleMania event than that?
WrestleMania. There was only one match that was freaking exciting. WrestleMania should always be one night of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? What's the point of having it 2 nights? Just because it was locked in the Performance Center for 2 nights makes it like it's got to be 2 nights going forward? Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you all think?
Agreed.
Agreed.
You just said, what?
Wait, you Stone Cold?
No, I'm the
Okay,
Rock.
Stone Cold.
All right. That's what The Rock said cutting him promo. Okay, number 4. Sasha Banks being on my TV screen and all these her fans pushing and provoking WWE to make her and Bianca main event WrestleMania, which that was probably one of the most botchiest matches. Right person won. But Sasha's entrance was cringe. Her gear was cringe. Oh, yes, y'all. So Sasha Banks the best, y'all.
Okay, Snoop Dogg.
Okay. Number 3. Liv Morgan getting robbed at Money in the Bank.
I agree.
I'll have to agree with
Okay.
that.
Number 2. Releasing John Morrison and Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
And number 1, the curse returns.
Oh, yes, I had that on my list.
Yeah.
The curse. Becky Lynch, you should have stayed retired. Go away!
Whoa there. Whoa now.
Damn, man.
Away.
I should not be in control of this shit. Anyways, AJ.
Oh, I got plenty in here. First of all, for WWE releasing The Fiend, Jeff Hardy, John Morrison, Keith Lee, and fucking Kevin Cross. Why? And also, women's matches being lasting 2 or less minutes. What the fuck? Seriously, have them in the ring for 2 more minutes. Come on, dude. And also, Liv Morgan losing that Money in the Bank.
Agree.
Also, Eva Marie and Harry Smith being hired by the WWE.
Oh.
Yeah, Eva was the worst move. I mean, she didn't prove shit.
AJ, shut up.
Also,
Oh shit. Hey.
Oh crap! I accidentally removed AJ. AJ, come back.
I also want to say, Nick Khan, just firing all the Nick Khan being in charge of WWE in this point, to be honest, helping out Vince and all that stuff, and I really hate Vince. Alright, I really hate Vince doing this to the wrestling fans, but they made Nick Khan, John Laurinaitis, and Bruce Pritchard the main figures in
AJ,
WWE.
I found your idol.
Fuck. Fuck you. But oh my god. And I feel like the worst WWE move
He's the GOAT.
the worst wrestling moments of WWE's history, Nick Khan having the power.
He's the GOAT.
And being hired in the first place. He had no wrestling experiences, and I don't care if he was friends with The Rock, but he has no wrestling experience. Seriously.
I mean, he's trying to make Raw better. He's trying
No.
to make it better.
Raw shit. You have not watched the show? God.
Oh.
Anyways, I guess I'll just go here.
Well, moving on to Jason, because
Start off
This
with
photo makes you even more happier.
starting off with WWE. I'll have to say, the stupid releases.
Yes.
The releases, of course. And the squash matches.
Yeah.
Nick Khan being in charge.
Yeah.
And Raw going downhill. Like, I want Raw to be better.
Yes. Like, the wrestling shows gotta go up, dude. No downhill. No downhill.
Here's some moments from AEW.
Shut up, AJ.
And now this is AEW related. The ending of the exploding barbed wire death match.
Yes. Yes, that was the worst ending ever. Sorry. This is bad. That was bad.
Okay.
Dark and Dark Elevation only featuring squash matches.
Well, you gotta elevate yourself to be a star, so that's pretty much how you're gonna be a star.
But I can understand Tony Khan saying that it's for developmental shows. But at least don't make them squash matches.
I mean, true. Yeah. But you only have you only have 30 minutes of action though, Jason. That's the thing.
It's not your turn, so get out. And as much as I enjoyed the group, okay, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the group. And I'll have to agree with Wyatt when he said this. The Elite getting too much TV time.
Who?
The Elite getting too much TV time.
Oh yeah. It's always getting shoved up my ass because that's all everyone talks about now. I hate that group. I don't like them. Kenny
Anyways,
Omega's overrated. The Young Bucks are
anyways,
overrated.
anyways. Chill. I'm still going. I'm still going.
Okay.
So I enjoy the group,
Oh, yeah.
but they don't need too much TV time. That's all I'll say. But I love everyone in the group.
Thank God. All right. Anything else before I fucking go?
Go.
You can go.
Go.
Thank God. I'm getting pissed off for y'all bitch asses anyways. Moving on.
I might have to start with best because I gotta go leave soon.
Yeah, so moving on to worst, Becky returning, the ending of Evolution, Randy being the Fiend, and all the Raw finishes.
Oh yeah. Oh, Randy
My best moments.
disaster.
Go ahead. The best moments.
Oh no. You continue talking.
No, I'm already done. So.
Okay, my best moments. Already, I'm actually gonna take time by saying this, but all right. I mean, Randy and the Fiend wasn't that bad though. I mean, we understand why. All right, number 10.
Yeah.
Number 10, Toxic Attraction taking the gold.
Yes.
Number 9, I am really high up here, bro. I love that promo. All right, number 10. Number 8, Pop-Up Goldberg and Bobby Lashley's feud.
Hell no.
Yes.
I agree.
All right, number 7, Brock Lesnar murders Adam Pearce.
Oh
Yes.
Oh.
All right, number 7, Bobby Lashley becomes the first ever. Not 7. Number 6, Bobby Lashley becomes the first ever African American WWE champion. What do you think?
I agree.
Agreed.
Made history. Number 5, Liv Morgan owns Becky Lynch on Raw.
Ooh.
Okay, number 4, John Cena returns at Money in the Bank.
Agree.
Number 3, are you all ready for this one?
Yes.
This is gonna piss a lot of people off.
What?
Cause Ho's mad when I say this. The Miz cashing in on Drew McIntyre at a Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
AJ, you would be ranting. This doesn't make any sense. Why is WWE making new talent? Why?
I'm not even mad that
All
Miz was cashing in. Damn.
I wasn't mad at all. I was freaking happy. I was reliving
Same,
my
man.
childhood.
Same.
AJ, you weren't watching wrestling at the time. All right, number 2, Brock Lesnar returning at SummerSlam and taking John Cena to Suplex City after the show.
Oh.
Number 1, Edge wins the Royal Rumble match and the entire Rumble match itself.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So, let's go to.
All right, ladies and gents.
I'll go with me now. So, for honorable mention goes to John Cena returning and Christian returning. At number 5, I got Brock Lesnar returning. At number 4, I got Bianca winning the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. At number 3, I see CM Punk debuting. Number 2, I got the All Out debuts that we got. And number 1, Hangman winning the title.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go to Jason first. Jason.
So before I share mine, Josh over here, since he couldn't make it, he shared his list here. So I'm gonna start by reading his first. He has Bobby Lashley winning the WWE Championship after 17 years. He has Big E becoming the WWE Champion. Hangman Page picking up the win. CM Punk coming back to wrestling. Bianca Belair picking up the win. Sammy Guevara picking up the win. Jay Lethal signing with AEW.
Oh, that's.
I forgot about Jay Lethal.
So for me, I'll say CM Punk coming back. Bobby Lashley become the new WWE Champion. Hangman Page become the new AEW World Champion. I'll say Adam Pearce, for real, getting killed by Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
You know what? Fuck him. And then I'll say John Cena coming back. The all-out debuts that we had. And the recent debut of Kyle O'Reilly. And we had Bobby Fish back in October. So now I'll say the Undisputed Era reunion in AEW as a top one.
All right.
And that's it for me.
AJ.
Okay, for me, I would say, give me a second. All right. John Cena returning at Money in the Bank. Becky Lynch returning on SummerSlam, but that was the worst match of the night. Brock Lesnar returning at SummerSlam. Christian returning to the Royal Rumble match.
Yes.
Carlito making his return.
Oh no! Damn it!
Hangman Adam Page winning the AEW title. Bobby Lashley winning the title at Raw, the WWE title at Raw. Big E cashing in and winning the WWE Championship on Raw. Edge winning the Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair winning the Rumble and wins the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. And then number one, CM Punk returning to pro wrestling. That was like one of my best moments in pro wrestling history. One of my favorites too. Besides the Hardy Boys, but CM Punk's definitely up there.
Yeah. So Wyatt's gone. Now moving on to the best and worst pay-per-view of the year.
All right.
So hold up.
Yeah.
My phone real quick. So, this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna start with the worst first, and then we can make honorable mentions. You can rank them, whatever you want to do with this. So, let's start off with 5 and honorable mentions. AJ.
Honorable mentions.
Well, for me. Just rank like your worst.
Okay, for my worst ones. All right, so I'm gonna have AEW and WWE involved, of course. The worst AEW pay-per-view. I hate to say this, but Revolution. It was not really my like hype to it, but it's definitely but definitely last year was better. Also Full Gear, because the matches are good, but it's just that it wasn't really like, all right, I love the give me a second. I did like the Hangman and Kenny match, the Inner Circle going against American's Top Team and Men of the Year. Eddie Kingston and Punk had a good match. Britt Baker and Tay Conti had a good match, but Cody and Pac definitely was the weakest match of the night. Also, Sheeta and Thunder Rosa and Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose, that was an alright match. But it could have been better. But this pay-per-view was alright. It wasn't perfect, but there was some lots of good matches there. But some matches they were And then for the WWE ones, oh boy, there's plenty of ones here. Hell in a Cell, SummerSlam, WrestleMania Backlash, Fastlane, and Extreme Rules. The reason I said SummerSlam, like I said for Full Gear, there were some matches that were good, like Cena and Roman, Usos and the Mysterios. Also, give me a second here. Let me just go back. Shit. I'm so stupid. All right. Anyways, but SummerSlam was all right. They had Drew and Jinder was kind of weak up the night. Becky and Bianca obviously had a worst match of the night. But yeah, SummerSlam was all right. It was not a perfect pay-per-view, like I said to Full Gear. Hell in a Cell was a disaster. I mean, the Hell in a Cells were all matches that were all right. It wasn't perfect. It was not. But the Drew and Bobby killed it. But oh my god, I wasn't really high pay-per-view though with the rest of it. Fastlane, Apollo Crews and Bobby and Big E. They definitely bundled the balls with that. There was some good matches in there, like Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns with Edge as the referee. Seth Rollins and Nakamura going at it at Fastlane. That was a good match. But I wasn't hyped for the rest of the pay-per-view, though. Those are my favorite matches of the night. And then WrestleMania Backlash, oh my god. And this was Braun Strowman's last match, but god damn it. The rest of the pay-per-view sucked. And then Extreme Rules. Oh my god. It was a complete disaster. Bianca and Becky had the worst match of the night. Ending it with a fucking disqualification. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Uh,
But there was some, and Roman wasn't on the show. Am I correct?
He was on the show.
He was?
Yes, against Power. Remember that ending?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that ending.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that ending was a disaster. I feel like that cameraman fucking ruined the match. But the pay-per-view was it wasn't my hype. Pretty much most of the pay-per-views I just said. So most of the pay-per-views I just said, they were not hyped for me. I was not hyped for it at all.
All right, Jason.
All right. Since we're talking about the worst ones, I'll start out by sharing Josh's list here. Extreme Rules, NXT War Games,
Yes.
Backlash,
WrestleMania Backlash. Oh,
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 37?
Oh wait, no, I've read that wrong here. He was referring to Backlash. Speaking of which, why was it called WrestleMania Backlash?
It's pretty much the rematch of Backlash, except for one match.
And Fastlane is on his list. Survivor Series was on his list. Tribute to the Troops is on
I
his
actually
list.
don't agree with that, but okay.
And here's mine. WrestleMania Backlash, Hell in a Cell,
Yes.
Fastlane,
Yes.
Survivor Series, Extreme
Oof.
Rules,
Oof.
and I'll have to say WrestleMania 37. It wasn't even that good to me.
What?
AJ, it's my list.
Okay.
It's my list.
Damn. All right, I'll start with mine, I guess, since he wants to go back crazy. Welcome back. Moving on to my list. Honorable mention goes to Fastlane. The women's tag team match was not that good, and Big and Powell and Bliss and Randy wasn't that good. Even though the defeat, they came back, but that could have been like a Royal Rumble or anything like that. So, no. At number 5, I have AEW Revolution. And the reason why I got that there is just because the matches are just kind of mid and predictable, and the ending just ruined it all. One of the worst pay-per-views, one of the worst AEW pay-per-views of the year, hands down. At number 4, I got Survivor Series. Very predictable show, and nothing good out there. You could have The Rock come out, but no, it didn't happen. So, at number 3, I got Extreme Rules. Yeah, no. At number 2, I got Elimination Chamber. Not because of Miz cashing in. The other matches were shit, first off. The only good matches when there was probably the Elimination Championship match. That was it. But yeah, just no. And tied for number 1, I have Hell in a Cell and War Games. First of all, Hell in a Cell didn't have anything extreme. And, shit like that. Becky and Bianca have no. Bayley and Bianca have probably the best match of the night. And all the rest is just going through rolls. Like, who wants to see that? And with War Games, I get why that 2.01 as he passing is short, so I understand why. But the rest of the matches were mid and just not well balanced, so this show was not that good. So, yeah.
The reason why I said WrestleMania 37, well, there is some good stuff there, but half the matches were just meh to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't super good. It wasn't like the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to the last thing, and we're going to do outros after this one. So we're going to do now the best pay-per-views of the year. And I got on my list right here for matches tonight from that show. And let's just get this started. I'm actually gonna start off with Jason.
So you're starting out with me. All right. Here's Josh's list. AEW Full Gear, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Crown Jewel, and All Out.
All right.
Here's my list. Without a doubt, All Out is number one. Like, that happens to be one of the best AEW pay-per-views I've ever seen.
Agreed.
Like, matches were... Everything about it was good. You know what? For that, I'm giving that a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
SummerSlam. We had some good stuff there. So you know what? I enjoyed SummerSlam. Double or Nothing.
Oh, I forgot about that show.
I thought it was a good way to kick off the returns of full capacity crowds. I thought AEW has done well with that. And the Stadium Stampede, while the one without a crowd was better, I thought the Stadium Stampede lacked a little bit of creativity here, while the first one was better.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, the matches were good ones. Money in the Bank.
Oh, yes.
The matches were good. The ending was a banger, and I thought it was a good way to kick off WWE's return to the road in terms of pay-per-views.
Agree.
Crown Jewel. While I always shout on the Saudi shows, I thought this one was the better one, and probably the only one that was better to me. While the Greatest Royal Rumble was decent, I thought Crown Jewel was better than that one.
Definitely.
NXT Takeover 36. Everything about that show was a banger, and since that was the last takeover in terms of the black and gold brand concept, I thought they closed it out on a good note. Takeovers before they became 2.0.
Yep. All right, AJ.
Oh, I got a bunch in here. I would just say this for the best AEW pay-per-views: All Out and Double or Nothing. All Out featured the debuts of Ruby Soho, also Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole. That was a great debut. Also Double or Nothing. They featured the return of Leo Rush, which is a good one.
Yes.
But the matches were good. Like Britt winning the title against Sheeta, I think.
Since Sheeta had a year-long reign.
Yeah. And also like Kenny, Pac, and Orange had a good match as well. Pretty much the rest of the show was good. And then for the WWE side here, I have to say, Superstar Spectacle, the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, Elimination Chamber, Survivor Series, NXT Takeover 36, and WrestleMania 37. The reason I said WrestleMania 37 is because they had some good matches there. You had, obviously, first off, this is the first pay-per-view back on the road until they officially came back in July. But there were some good matches there, like Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. You also had Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison. That was a good match. Bianca versus Sasha. That was a good match. Cesaro versus Seth. Good match. Drew and Bobby. Good match.
Yep.
Sheamus versus Riddle. That was a good one.
That was.
Big E. That was also a good one. Asuka and Rhea. They had an okay match. Roman, Edge, and Bryan had a good match. But there are some matches that I didn't like AJ and Omos versus The New Day, Braun versus Shane, the Tag Team Turmoil match, and then the Women's Tag Team Championships, Randy Orton and The Fiend. I think that match should have been a little longer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But WrestleMania was a solid show. And then Survivor Series, we had Raw versus SmackDown. You had the Intercontinental Championship versus the United States Champion, ending with a DQ, which I did not like. Becky and Charlotte, not that great. Raw vs. SmackDown, the men's side, that was a good match. The Raw 25 anniversary 25-minute duel battle royal, that was a good battle royal. They brought pizza in, that was cool. And then RK Bro versus the Usos, they had a banger, but I feel like the wrong person won.
Your opinion.
But and also the women's Survivor Series match, it was alright. It was not really it was alright though. And then Becky and Roman had a good match until that ending was bullshit. Roman cheated. But overall, Survivor Series was a good show as well. NXT Takeover 36, great pay-per-view. The Elimination Chamber was a great pay-per-view. Like, you had matches like, you had the pre-show match. You had a fatal four-way match to determine who will join the United States Championship, because Keith Lee was supposed to be in that match, but he got replaced because of health issues. John Morrison won that match, which was a good move. So, and then the Elimination Chamber match for an immediate WWE Universal Championship match, that was a good match. Roman versus Bryan, yeah, that was quick. I did not like that, but it was a good ending if you just a submission. Riddle and Lashley, and John Morrison, that was an okay match. John Morrison didn't do shit on that match. Riddle picked up an upset against Lashley, which was the surprise. Nia and Shayna and Bianca and Sasha, terrible. Drew, and then the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship, that was a good Elimination Chamber match. And then Miz defeated Drew McIntyre via cash-in. That was a good one. Overall, that was a solid pay-per-view as well. Money in the Bank, great pay-per-view. Royal Rumble, great pay-per-view. And then Superstar Spectacle. That might be a little controversial, but I feel like that was actually a good pay-per-view, even though I did not watch it. But, dude, don't tell me that was a great pay-per-view. Like,
that was.
Yeah, because
I never watched that.
You had a pay-per-view full of Indian wrestlers. That was cool. Like, they featured guys like Guru Raj, who's in NXT now, 2.0, sorry, and then Dusher Shanky, which is Shanky in SmackDown now. Giant Shantier, could have had potential, but he got released. Jeet Rama also got released. Serena Sanhu, that was it. All right match. And then Drew and Indashir and versus the Bollywood Boys and Jinder Mahal. That was a good match. The Indashir. I wish that tag team was back. I feel like they should bring that tag team back. They need to put Saraf on the main roster. They need some new tag teams for Raw. I'm sorry. The Bollywood Boys obviously got released now. Jinder's still on SmackDown with Shanky. But this was actually good. And then Finn Balor they featured guys like AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Ziggler, Cesaro, Corbin, Nakamura, Finn Balor, McIntyre, Bayley, Charlotte, Jinder Mahal. That's a solid roster right there, actually. But damn, this pay-per-view was actually good because they featured a lot of Indian wrestlers and normally not a lot of foreign wrestlers get an opportunity. Like, for example, Andrade, who barely did shit. Like, he was good in the ring, but he couldn't talk on the mic. He had Selena on the mic. Vince didn't Vince wanted him to learn English, which I understand that, but why not push the man? He has talent, bro. But Vince, man, sometimes with these foreign wrestlers, man, that was absolute bullshit. That's the way Vince treat him. Fuck you for that. But anyways, this pay-per-view was solid, man. Great pay-per-view. And then that's pretty much it.
All right, moving on to me. I think. All right, add a burp for a second.
Hey, Jason, are you sleepy there?
No.
Yeah, he went a full novel. So I'm gonna mention those the full gear takeover 36. At number 5, we got WrestleMania 37. I can understand why this is a mixed bag. got matches like Bobby Roode, Cesaro, and Seth. Bad Bunny did something. He killed it. Bella Banks is very good. Hale and Sammy never had a bad match. Riddle and Sheamus had a great match, and the main event for night 2 was good. Number 4, I got a new scandal, and that is Grand Slam. You had matches like Kata, Cobb, and the Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Shingo and Evil went at it. You had basically Ibushi and Tanahashi went at it. Great matches overall, and this show was awesome. But I love that show. That was the best New Japan pay-per-view this year. At number 3, I got Money in the Bank 2021. Consistent matches of Edge and Roman. Great match, by the way. Men's Money in the Bank surprised me, but that was also very good as well. At number, Fire Rhea had a great match. One of the best women matches of the year, honestly. They did great. Got the Raw Tag Championship match. Great match. Curry was very good. At number 2, I got a tie. I got Crown Jewel and Nxt Takeover Stand Deliver.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I got Stand Deliver in there because you had matches like Pete Dunne and Cena. You had Walter and Ciampa had an amazing match in night 1. You had Raquel and Io had a great match as well. Cross and Balor had a hell of a match. And of course, you have Wow and Adam Cole went at it in an extinction match at Stand Deliver. One hell of a pay-per-view, one hell of a match. I didn't put Takeover 36 because of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly with the 3 stages of hell matches or anything like that. But it was fine, but it just didn't work out as well. The unsanctioned match they had, that's on the show, no doubt. Yeah, and that's the Crown Jewel as well. You had one of the Edge and Seth Rollins. That's the match of the year. Goldberg and Lashley had one hell of a match. Big Drew had a great match. Women's Shred had a great match. Damian Finn had a great match. So that's like half the show right there. Roman and Brock was all right. Not the best and not the worst. At number 1, we all figured this all out.
Yes.
The reason why I said it, you had one of the best tag team matches of the year with Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks. You say what you want, Bucks, whatever like that, but
Really fun to watch. Wow.
they go in the ring.
That was such a good one.
Like K Omega and Christian, they had one hell of a match there. But when we entered off the road was very good, and that consists of debuts of Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson, was shocked the hell out of me because it was like, is Adam Cole gonna come out? Bryan Danielson come out? And you get 2 of them at the same time. But that's just crazy, yo.
That is crazy, yeah.
That was such a good one.
Yeah, and the other one, CM Punk and Darby Allin, great match, and I definitely enjoyed that match, even though CM Punk turned to his shell, his former self. But you know what? He had a great match. And DMP is Statlander. I feel like that match was like mostly forgotten. And I think that match is very underrated and definitely was good. And the debuts in there is good, like Ruby Solo and Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson. I definitely one of the best debuts of the year because it shocked a lot of people. Hell, it even shocked me.
Same here.
List. Some you may agree, some may disagree with my list. Our list right here. I know a lot of us are different than how we rank it. But yeah, that's all we gotta say. And then moving on to outros. I'm gonna start with Jason first.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, where we did a year in review. We hope you all enjoyed. This is the second to last Crash and Burn episode of the year. Our next episode is the predictions for WWE Day 1. And that episode is going to be our last one for this year. And we hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe to this podcast. Check out Cinematic Analysis. Check out the Moshcast too, but you'll catch all 3 of us in. And yeah, the next episode for the Moshcast is Aggressive by Beartooth, which is the favorite band from our great friend Maddie. That's also our final album review of 2021. Before we do the year in review for the Moshcast. And we move on to best and worst albums. And yeah, this is officially going to be our annual thing for Crash and Burn, a year in review. Yeah, Thank you for watching, everybody.
I think we did something similar last year too, Jason. Don't forget. I think we did. I think we did. I think you guys did an episode based on that, on year in review or something. Or am I wrong?
Maybe.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah, Andrew, go ahead.
All right. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the Crash and fucking Burn Wrestling Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I don't know if we did the worst matches of the year, but don't matter now. But anyways, I hope you all enjoy. Have a great holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever you want to celebrate.
That's right. We're taking off for the holidays, guys.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, you guys. Hope you guys enjoy your holiday, and enjoy what you get for your presents, and don't be an American jerk, or you're gonna get cold for Christmas.
That's right. A little announcement there.
Don't be a jerk. It's Christmas. If anyone doesn't get that quote, then you're not a real SpongeBob fan.
A little announcement here. I will be attending the first AEW show on TBS in Newark, so if you see me there, say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, and now moving on to me. Thank you guys for watching this year in review that I came up with. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Crash and Burn. Great to be back on this one. Thank you for getting my review on this year. Overall, this year was basically mediocre. I mean, yeah, I've got some good pay-per-views here and there. And, yeah, that's all I got to say pretty much. You can check us out. The social media is down below. And, check out Crash and Burn with the day one predictions. Check out for Moshcast. We got some things coming up. I'm not gonna tell that right now, but we got album review coming up, year in review coming up as well. And for cinematic analysis, we are doing we're actually gonna do Birds of Prey.
Yes, Birds of Prey.
Yeah, that's all I said pretty much. That is me, Lucas. That's Jason, and that's
here.
And that's AJ. So we are out of here. See y'all later. Have a great holidays. Yeah. Bye.
Happy holidays, y'all.
Take care, everybody. Enjoy Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, everyone.
Crash and Burn!